just chin. Leave your whole mind itching, scratching your scalp, cold like an out when I roll flows. Niggas don't know the amount that I pose with, froze with, cold with, so cold with since the school days. Who choose who's the blaze when I plays? Press play, press stop, pause, rewind, blow with the mind. Penetrate your whole spine, make you wind your waist, and I'm finding a place, my whole style. This is hip-hop apocalypse. Your whole style is preposterous. How you gonna stop me? This is nonsense. This I roll with hectic and some monstrous dudes that be on the rap scene. From the Paco to Hackney, whatever you call it, slang of man. I walk with a little twang in my hand. With a bop and my sword and my glistening from the back when I style of the rap. This is hip-hop apocalypse. Your whole style is preposterous. When I flip flows acrobatically like some gymnasts, get panicky, and my whole style is just anarchy. From the court of the keys, my reward is to please. Whatever the keys say, I do say, please say. Wanna talk about the he say, she say. I'm I double. The game's in trouble, I bubble with the crowd till the war start to rumble, and my whole style throwing it hard. This is hip hop apocalypse. This is hip hop apocalypse. Make my people rejoice, it's oi. Till I'm pushing a Roy's roast. Get roast, be the host with the most. Your whole face is toast. In the force of my heat and you're forced to retreat. Get defeat when the force of defeat. 1,000 man's marching from the force of my heat. From the chest, yes, rest to impress. And I'm from the double S, blessed to your hess when I'm don't know breast with the best. And I'm dirty G-Low marksman and Emma, the J-Von and even Carnage. Even though we gone with the styles that nobody talks about. It's like the true food that eyes youth and you're all watching and listening. Yo.
Yo, sometimes I have to question my ability. Is it really worth pursuing a career with no stability? 1 minute you're here, next minute you're gone. It's like you just disappear when they finish playing your song. I'ma keep on, keep strong, feet on track. What's to stop us if our lyrics and our beats sound fat? It's not as if our lyrics or our beats sound whack. So tell us why you wanna try and keep links back. We're doing this for the love, we're doing it to express, we're doing it for the fun, we're doing it at our best, using it like a gun to hit you up in your chest. That's how I know that there's none that couldn't give us respect. I feel the weight of the time every time I try to step, but staying up in my drum is long. I think that I've slept long enough. Even though I know I'm gonna be, I can't help stating the facts because I wanna be a somebody. Sick of being a nobody, but I wanna be a somebody. I wanna be a somebody. Got to be a somebody. I'm sick of being a nobody. So I hit the earth with a verse that'll blow your mind. So precise, my heart beats the metronome of time. Close my eyes and visualize flows that rise from the inner depths of my soul and open wide. See, I'm getting chased by this local crime. There's too many ropes to climb, and I just wanna rhyme till my throat's a mime and host a line to translate my speech to a ghostly sign. It's only my true self I hope to find, but pollution in this shitty city chokes my mind. Them people, them give me set modes to life and expect me to follow cause I'm oversized, but that won't dishearten my growth tonight or growth today. I grow for life, the most precise, link side side for life. I fight with mics for life cause my life is mine. Sick of being one day I will be a somebody. Just a regular nobody in the street. I'm sick of being nobody. Sick of being a nobody, but I wanna be a somebody. I wanna be a somebody. Got to be a somebody. I'm sick of being nobody.
Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3, that appears to be working. Well, I'm not really going to bother because we all know why we're here. But also in the news today, where the fuck did it go? Oh, there we go, already yellow. Why has that disappeared? Some other stuff happened in the news. Oh, there we are. People are calling for Australia to follow New Zealand in the smoking ban. There's fears for a woman who got her boobs out at the FIFA World Cup, and a car has plunged off a cliff after doing some burnouts. Darwinism at its finest. Better stick around and have a look. Welcome to today's episode of Law, News and Laughter. On this channel, we look at legal cases and concepts, world domination, news, and just generally shoot the breeze. We don't give any legal advice, but we can answer questions and hopefully point you in the right direction. We do not shy away from the topics. So if necessary, put on your big kid pants, have a cup of concrete, and pull up a chair. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, or via email, and all complaints can be directed to our complaints department. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe buttons, and now let's get into it. Okay. Where am I? Yeah, so much for it being a boomer-free intro. What the hell? Yeah, I didn't smash the intro. Where's the camera gone? Okay, so that's deactivated. Now that's reactivated. I died and my spirit's haunting you. Let's try that. Oh, for fuck's sake, that worked. How we doing, folks? No idea what the fuck that was about. Am I wearing all green? No. And, you know, I'm not like that guy that... Has anyone else seen this? There's videos of a guy in a green morph suit basically going out there and taking, like, videos and showing where he, like, thinks the green screen guys, like, flowing the hair and all that sort of shit would be. But it's so fucking hilarious because it's, like, now he's just taking the piss and there's, like... you know, pair of green screen guys holding up a plane while Tom Cruise is flying it and all sorts of shit. It's really funny. I recommend you have a look. So the big news overnight for me, as far as I'm aware, because I haven't been awake to see it, Amber Heard's claiming she has settled the case with Johnny Depp. Best belly laugh. Do I wear makeup for the stream? Fuck no. The most I do is my hair. How about no? How about no? There we go. Lucky with my skin. Really? I actually look okay. My forehead gets very greasy. Playing the words today, she conceded her appeal and agreed to a reduced settlement, not settle the original case. Well, let's get in and have a look, shall we? Because I've noticed how the media is covering it, and I'm not impressed. Where are we? Put the lotion on the skin. Oh, God, that friggin', like, outfit. So Amber Heard saying she has settled the defamation case with Johnny Depp. Amber Heard has agreed to a legal settlement with her ex-husband and fellow actor Johnny Depp, who sued her for defamation after she suggested that he abused her in a 2018 Washington Post op-ed. Bitch, he's the one that had the higher amount owing against you. You didn't settle shit. He agreed to compromise. Heard, 36, had previously been ordered to pay more than $10 million in damages to Depp, 56. Depp, meanwhile, was ordered to pay Heard $2 million after she filed a countersuit accusing him of defamation after his lawyer, Adam Waldman, called her abuse claim a hoax. think I saw that outfit on the Ender show. She initially appealed the ruling, ordering her to pay, but has since dropped the effort. The terms of the settlement she announced on Monday puts an end to any further litigation between Heard and Depp over the claims against each other for now, but the terms of the agreement were not immediately publicised. But does it though? Does it really put an end to all of it? Depends on what the terms are. I haven't seen them. I don't know. Personally, I don't care. This has taken a little bit of the wind out of my sails in terms of Amber Heard and JD, and reduced my respect for JD just ever so slightly, because he should not have settled with her. It's a fucking compromise. The insurers settled most likely. Yeah, that's my my thoughts on the matter. In an Instagram post that she shared Monday morning my time, so Sunday evening overseas, Heard wrote that the agreeing to the settlement was a very difficult decision. Is that because you didn't think you could come up with $1 million? Because all I'm saying is getting the amount against you reduced from 10 million down to 1 million, even 7 million down to 1 million. You're a fucking moron if that's a difficult decision. Just in my own personal opinion. It's important for me to say that I never chose this, the post read. I defended my truth and your truth. Your truth. And in doing so, my life as I knew it was destroyed. The vilification I faced on social media is an amplified version of the ways in which women are Don't you start this shit. When they come forward. Now I finally have an opportunity to emancipate myself from something I have attempted to leave over 6 years ago, and on terms I can agree to. I have made no admission. This is not an active concession. There are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward. Well, you do something stupid in the future, and I think there's going to be consequences. Should never have settled without making her agree to shut up and stop lying. I don't disagree with that. News of the settlement comes after a public month-long legal battle saw Heard and Depp fight for support in the court of public opinion, as well as litigate their difference in an actual courtroom in Fairfax County, Virginia. On social media, support for Depp was overwhelming, as evidenced by the wide sharing of videos and posts aimed to impugn, if not outright discredit, Heard's accounts of domestic violence at the hands of Depp. Separately, in the UK, Depp lost a libel case in 2020 against The Sun after he sued the newspaper for publishing an article calling him a wife-beater. This is what I mean about the fucking, Oh, you got your first porn butt last night. Congratulations. This is what I mean about the media coverage. They had to get that one last swipe in. The judge in that case found that the article was substantially true, and some observers thought the initial victory for Heard might carry over into the case she and Depp waged against each other in the US, but the split ruling that followed the trial of the case in Virginia was subsequently more burdensome economically for Heard. Depp and Heard were married for 2 years, from 2015 to 2017. Alright, and then over on news.com.au, I'm not going to play the damn video. This is probably from... I just want to double check if this article was originally from the Post. Nope, good. Okay, that's fine. So, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard finally settled defamation claims. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have finally settled the defamation claim against each other, ending their years-long battle in the courts. See, this at least is saying, oh, it's a case between both of them, and they've both agreed. The warring former couple agreed to end their legal feud with Heard's insurance company, paying Depp $1 million to end the case. Notice how they didn't mention the insurance company in the other article? Heard, however, will be free to speak about the case, and she has not accepted guilt as part of the agreement. Yeah, that's some bullshit. I'm thinking she had less to do with the decision than they're making out now. Hey, Dance Walker. She'll be free to speak about the case and has not accepted guilt as part of the agreement. The pair... God, I hate this. For some reason, that particular ad makes the page jump, and I have no idea why. Heard, however, will be able to speak about the case and not accept it. The pair have been engaged in a courtroom battle for the last 6 years over claims that she was a victim of domestic abuse during their marriage. A court in London found in her favour, but a US court backed Depp, only for Heard to then appeal the ruling. The UK case was farcical. We have been over that. If you're at all interested in my opinion on that, I have a 3-part video series in my videos previously as to why the UK case was ridiculous and why it was complete and utter bullcrap. Feel free to have a look. I'm not going to bother rehashing it because it's like 9 hours worth of video. I think. Heard was ordered to pay Depp $10 million, that's 14 million Australian, in compensatory damages, and $5 million, being $7 million in punitive damages, earlier this year when a jury decided that she acted with actual malice. The later penalty reduced to $350,000. I still believe that the jury should be advised of that beforehand. I still believe that the jury should know that the punitive damages are reduced. Depp was ordered to pay $2 million US in compensation after she countersued, which I think we all know was horse trading. Heard released a lengthy statement after her decision to settle was made public early on Tuesday morning. After a great deal of deliberation, I have made a very difficult decision to settle the defamation case brought against me by my ex-husband in Virginia. Again, bitch, he had the higher amount. You didn't agree to settle anything. It's important for me to say I never chose this. I defended my truth, and in doing so, my life as I knew it was destroyed, vilification, yada yada yada. Already read that at the other one. Now I finally have an opportunity. Yes, read that. Okay. I make this decision having lost faith in the American legal system, where my unprotected testimony served as entertainment and social media fodder. Yes, because it would have went so differently if it hadn't been an open public trial. When I stood before a judge in the UK, I was vindicated by a robust, impartial, and fair... You were not the party! You were not the party in the UK case. You were a witness, and you did not provide full and true testimony. In my own personal opinion. Where I was protected from having to give the worst moments of my testimony in front of the world's media, and where the court found I was subjected to domestic and sexual violence. No, they said that the article was substantially true. That is not the same thing. In the US, however, I exhausted almost all of my resources in advance of and during a trial in which I was subjected to a courtroom in which abundant direct evidence that corroborated my testimony was excluded. You mean your hearsay notes? You bolstering your case by, saying whatever you wanted to your psychologist and claiming that they were medical records? And that mountain of evidence you kept going on about that never eventuated? That wasn't legally allowed to be included because it was complete and utter tosh. Tosh? Is tosh a right word? I'm still half asleep. And in which popularity and power mattered more than reason and due process. Sweetheart, there was no popularity contest because you weren't popular to begin with. In the interim, I was exposed to a type of humiliation that I simply cannot relive. It's not like it was going to be any worse than what you've already endured. Just saying. Even if my US appeal is successful, the best outcome would be a retrial where a new jury would have to consider the evidence again. I simply cannot go through that for a third time. You didn't go through it the first time. The second, what you're calling the second time, was a result of your own actions. And you're not happy with the verdict that came out of it, so you were the one that appealed. There's a good chance Johnny would have just walked away, let's face it. Does anyone in chat disagree with me that if she hadn't appealed, Johnny would have walked away? That he wouldn't have bothered to appeal and have it go back through the courts again? She's not even paying the $1 million insurance is. Exactly. Time is precious and I want to spend my time productively and purposefully. What, hiding in Spain? For too many years, I have been caged in an arduous and expensive legal process which has shown itself unable to protect me and my right to free speech. I have said this countless times. You know, no, I'm going to full screen this. Amber, I have said this multiple times on my channel, and anyone that knows me will understand when I say this. Freedom of speech is sacrosanct, but it does not protect you from the consequences of your speech. You can say whatever the fuck you want. No one can stop you from doing so. That does not mean that if you injure another party with what you say that there won't be consequences. That's not the same thing as free speech. Something you might need to wrap your head around. While you're in there, learn what actual malice means. Just saying. I cannot afford to risk an impossible bill, one that is not just financial, but also psychological, physical, and emotional. Women shouldn't have to face abuse or bankruptcy for speaking her truth. Trying for the feminist argument. But unfortunately, it's not uncommon. In settling this case, I am also choosing the freedom to dedicate my time to the work that helped me heal after my divorce, work that exists in the realms in which I feel seen, heard, and believed, and in which I know I can affect change. I will not be threatened, disheartened, or dissuaded by what happened from speaking the truth. No one can and no one will take that from me. My voice forever remains the most valuable asset I have. Yeah, I know, because you have no other assets, sweetheart. In my opinion, you don't have talent, you don't have looks, and your personality is that of a drain clog that clogged my toilet a few years back. So yeah, your voice is probably the only asset you have. Maybe go do some voiceover work. See if you can, I don't know, do a female version of Oscar the Grouch or something. Just a thought. I'd like to thank my outstanding appellate and original trial teams for their relentless hard work. I want to thank everyone who supported me and turned my attention to the growing support that I've felt and seen publicly in the months since trial, and the efforts that have been made to show solidarity with my story. Any survivor knows that the ability to tell their story often feels like the only relief, and I cannot find enough words to tell you the hope that your belief inspires. Not just for me, but for all of you. Thank you, and see you soon. Depp is yet to release a statement, but is expected to do so shortly. After the trial ended earlier this year, he said the following: 6 years ago, my life, the life of my children, the lives of those closest to me, and also the lives of the people for whom many years have supported and believed me, were forever changed, all in the blink of an eye. False, very serious, and criminal allegations were levied against me via the media, which triggered an endless barrage of hateful content, although no charges were ever brought against me. It had already travelled around the world twice within a nanosecond, and it had a seismic impact on my life and my career. And 6 years later, the jury gave my life back. I am truly humbled. Amber's story, there's a book that belongs in the fiction section. Now, I'll be perfectly honest, guys. My sincere apologies. I was ignoring chat as I went through that. Let me just double check, see if there's anything that any of you funny fuckers actually came out with. So what do we actually think here? What do you think she was strong-armed by the insurance company, or do you think they took it out of her hands and subrogated the rights to sign off on it? Given that the insurance company's the ones that are paying it, there's every chance that she's just saving face here. There is every chance that it was the insurance company that forced the sale. Check the meme section of Discord. Shall do. Check TMZ for Ben Chu and Camille's response. Oh, yes, I did see that. Yeah, actually, I probably should do that. Should never have settled without making her agree to shut up and stop lying. JD got rolled. Never wanted an NDA, still means you can be sued for defamation. Pretty much. No, you're still a lying bitch. You're just a little less broke of a lying bitch. And I speak of monetarily, not emotionally. What did you put in the meme? Now I'm worried. Memes. Okay, now on OnlyFans. How does this work? If I copy this into a link, will I be able to show this on screen? Yep. Okay, that works. So someone put this one together. Now on OnlyFans. Nicely done. What else we got? Okay, no, this looks like it's the only Amber Heard one, which is fine. So, yep. No, I'm not opening my emails. Alright, let's hear what Sky News had to say about it. They're usually pretty based about things.
Actress Amber Heard has announced she has settled her high-profile defamation case with Johnny Depp. Heard called the decision to settle with her ex-husband very difficult. It comes after Depp won more than $10 million in damages in a high-profile 6-week defamation trial earlier this year. Taking to Instagram, the actress said, "The vilification I have faced on social media is an amplified version of the ways in which women are re-victimised when they come forward. Now I finally have an opportunity to emancipate myself from something I attempted to leave over 6 years ago, and on terms I can agree to. I have made no admission. This is not an act of concession. There are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving
forward." I'm just pausing it there. So this particular comment from Nandor's Man Bun, I should know in the next 2 days. Provided that they provided the Department of Public Prosecutions doesn't dick me around again. And guys, I'm just letting you know now, based on the volume of the documents I'm expecting, I will probably be doing a GoFundMe or a Give Send Go, because it's probably going to be a few $1,000s worth of documents. I covered the ones from the Department of Agriculture myself, which was a couple of hundred. But if they're, yeah, you know, if they're going to bury me in paperwork, I'll probably get that one out there, and I might need a little help. You don't have to concede, bitch. The verdict decided it. It's true. What documents? So these are the documents, basically, that I've requested from the Commonwealth Department of Public Prosecutions as to what the evidence is, what their actual, well, not strictly what the evidence is, but how they've built the case and what communications went between Parliament and the prosecutor's office, and basically what the fuck is going on with them charging her with perjury. And beyond that, building a case myself if necessary. Which I can do. I mean, Clubs New South Wales that did it against Friendly Geordies. There's no reason why I can't do it against Amber Heard. If it comes to it and if it's necessary. Get ahead. We'll see. If it becomes necessary, you know, I'll do what I have to. Which case is this? This was the case for her. So basically, back in 2015 when they brought the dogs in, she lied to the court in order to get that $1,000 slap on the wrist and make that stupid video so that her and Johnny wouldn't get, you know, $100,000 fines each and potentially 10 years in prison. Because so basically the court docs, no, not just the court docs, I've basically FOIA'd anything and everything in relation to communication between her, Depp, their lawyers, the government, the court, I tried to be as broad as I could because I don't want to getting away with anything, frankly. Bringing filthy disease-carrying animals into the imaginary country is very illegal. Damn straight. Be a research assistant if I need it. Cheers. So, not even paying the $1 million or insurance is. Yes, and that. So, look, here's the thing, okay? What a lot of people wouldn't understand is there's a good chance that she is not the one that's decided to settle this. There's something called subrogation, which is where an insurance company takes over the carriage of a case if they're the ones that are paying it. They don't necessarily have to get her agreement to settle the case. So given that she has no, given that there's no requirement for her to keep her mouth shut or anything like that, I'm thinking JD settled with the insurance companies, not with her. In particular, given that the insurance company's paying it out. So, he would have definitely walked away. Yep. Jason doesn't reckon he would have? I reckon he still would have pursued her, but I don't think he would have appealed. Oh, he wouldn't have. Yep. I heartily agree, and it's funny Camille came out and said that the only reason they were appealing is so the appeals court got the whole record. Yeah, she definitely did it to herself. Damn it, I am seeing some new names in the chat as well, people. Look, admittedly, this is sort of a breaking story thing that I'm doing this morning, but feel free to go and have a look at some of my other content. If you feel you'd like to, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. Provided we get to 10k in the next, 5 days, I'm going to be singing Australian Christmas carols. If you want to stop that, give me to 15. Lying isn't free speech. No, it is not. Miss Wee Lassie says, I'm a really easygoing, calm, happy-go-lucky person in real life, but get talking about AH and I turn into a psycho biatch. I was watching a video of a man with parasitic worms in his test. Oh! Yeah, nope. Gonna have to agree to disagree with you on that, Marty, mate. Alright, where's the TMZ article? TMZ. I'll just go TMZ News. I'm sure there'll be something on their website about it. God, they got some crap, don't they? Ex-NFL star punches, smashes man with a bottle of wine. What? How is the JD stuff not, like, top and center? Alright. Source close to JD tells us he'll be making a pledge. Making a pledge. Followed by a contribution to several charities using the $1 million, contrary to what Amber Heard says. Our sources tell us the judgment can still be used against her in the future if she repeats the defamatory allegations. There it is. That's why he's agreed to it. There'll be a default judgment clause in there if she opens her mouth against it. She can still talk about it, but if she does, the judgment's still hanging over her. Question, how far backwards has Amber set women's rights? I really hope she hasn't. I think that there may be an overcorrection in relation to this, and I really hope that there's not. But she hasn't done them any favours. Were those Australian Christmas carols you're playing in the introduction? No, that was, like, I saw you bitching and moaning about that. That was some free music that comes through Streamlabs. I sort of rotate through the different playlists. You know, because, yeah. If you're gonna sing Santa, where's me bike? I'll rent up some subs. Hey, if there's anything particular you want to hear at, I'll definitely sing particular songs if there's anything there. Won't happen. Get in the tub. Better stay on it because there's only 3 relevant cases that come out of Australia a year. Fucking tell me about it, honestly. So wait, if she says she's a victim of spousal abuse, she's got to pay the whole thing again? That's what it looks like, yeah. What's a gum tree? A gum tree is a very specific type of tree. It's very Australian, native to Australia. It's the tree that koalas generally live in and eat their leaves and get drunk off their asses on. What? Cancel BSB Christmas special? Oh, for crying out loud. You're right, that is eucalyptus. Yes, we did do that. We watched it yesterday on yesterday's show. Alright, where's the... Okay, so that's a lengthy statement. Did they actually file a... I mean, all it really says here is there's a couple of quotes. Pleased to formally close the door on this painful chapter for Mr. Depp. We made it clear throughout this process his intent to bring the truth to light. It was never about the money. The jury's unanimous decision and the judgment in his favour against Ms. Heard remain fully in place. The payment of $1 million, which Mr. Depp is pledging he will donate to charities, reinforces Ms. Heard's acknowledgement of the conclusion of the legal system's rigorous pursuit for justice. Is eucalyptus a gum tree? That's actually a damn good question. I have no idea. Gumtree's a website for selling all kinds of stuff. Okay, this is actually really interesting. There is no way that the agreement ever comes out like publicly, but it's make sure you have gift receiving turned on. Oh, look out! Someone's worried that gifts are going to go unsubbed. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay. She's basically... So, this isn't actually a termination of the case, necessarily. This is the insurance company paying $1 million, and in exchange, he's agreeing not to enforce the full amount. He hasn't actually compromised. The axe is still swinging over her head. Damn, Rabbit, thank you. 5 more Aussie Overlaw'd memberships. John McGarvey, Just Cause, Lilomi, Andrew 462, and Malia Carr all received memberships. Congratulations, guys. And thank you so much for your support, Rabbit. I very much appreciate that. Settlement figure. It's not even really a settlement figure. That's just it. Because basically what it is it's a deferment, if anything else. The insurance company is paying $1 million in exchange for him not pursuing the full amount of the enforcement action, which he can still do if she pisses him off and engages in the same sort of shit. They're going to keep pounding a turd via the Aussie courts and FOIA. That's the plan, Natasha. I will, as I said earlier, I will know in the next 2 days as to whether or not I'm going to wind up in court fighting over those documents. I'm not expecting to, frankly, but you know, we'll see where it winds up. So, but that's the general idea. I mean, there's already enough based on what's come out of the UK case to say she lied under oath here in Australia in front of a judge. So, yeah, I would basically just want to see the information in its entirety to build as strong of a case as possible. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Alrighty, I think that's enough of... Oh, hang on. I had a couple more open. Doesn't matter because that one's a paid one. I didn't open that. That's Harold's son. Ready to donate to the Fuckturd Overfund for funsies. Lovely, thank you. Hello, Anna T. As I understood her statement, she wants to come back to being a person representing victims. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure exactly what she meant by her specific statement saying she wanted to go back to doing things where she's making a difference. Hang on. They're basically doing a thing verbatim again. I love that they have to keep referring to her as the Rum Diaries actress as well, because that's like the most well-known thing she's done in her career so far. They didn't even mention Aquaman. Claim that trial was unfair as a court did not allow her therapy notes to be considered. You know, I should probably actually do this properly. Let's actually look at this article, because it looks like this might have been done. Justin Vallejo, I fucking don't know. Sounds like he might actually be doing this properly, which would be good. I've been caged. Amber Heard drops Johnny Depp appeal. The sequel to Johnny Depp's blockbuster defamation trial against Amber Heard has been scrapped after his ex-wife agreed to pay $1 million in an out-of-court settlement. Again, I don't think it's necessarily that she agreed to anything. I think this was subrogated, and I think the insurance company said, yes, we will settle and pay you $1 million if you agree not to follow through and enforce the entire settlement. Sorry, the entire award. Because it's very interesting the way this has been set out. To say that is still hanging over her head, it's literally they've paid for him to defer enforcement action against her. In a lengthy statement announcing the end of her appeal, she said she's been caged in an arduous and expensive legal process for too many years, blah, 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 we already read that. Comes amid media reports that suggest lawyers for the couple agreed to the $1 million figure, which would be paid by her insurance company. Well, we knew this. It's important for me to say that I never chose this, blah, blah, blah. Adding that the vilification she faced was an amplification. Yep, I already read that. God, those faces. Like, seriously, acting lessons, woman. If you can't keep doing that, acting lessons. Do supporting on locals because the talent gets a higher percentage, even though some of them don't use their locals. Yeah, look, I need to work on that, okay? I admit it. Why are the courts not fighting it on their own? You'd think they'd fight tooth and nail for it. It's not so much that the courts aren't. I'm curious to see exactly what the hell they're, like, where they are at it. Because, I mean, this has been going on for at least 2 years that the government have been specifically pushing for it. I want to know exactly what the hell has taken so long. I mean, it may well be that they were waiting to see what the outcome was from the US and the UK trials to see what evidence became public knowledge, of which there's been a bit, I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, they really have no reason to delay now, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. Maddie wants to help just because of the fact he's a male DV victim and the bitch needs to be punished. Fair call. She should just be called JD's Crazy Ex. Morning, SG. Aquaman! And what was that? She looks... Oh, damn. Okay. Hello. Thank you very much, Flux, for your very generous super chat. Happy Christmas, Hayden. Take the family out for ice cream or something. Thanks for the time, content, laughs, and all-around chill vibes here. Don't ever forget, pants are prison. That's why I wear shorts. But yes, thank you so much for your generous super chat, Flux. And Merry Christmas to you too. She's a beautiful woman. People will listen to what she says, wanting to find redemption in her words and deeds. And as bad as it sounds, that's kind of why we need to not let the world forget what the fuck she did. Insurance companies have probably warned her, accept this $1 million settlement fee or we'll demand all the money back that you owe us. That's altogether possible too. Can't unsee the Hillary Clinton in her face. Oh, shit. Could have settled the insurance lawsuits at the same time. Quite possibly. Wonder if she's trying to save face because of the amazing things JD's done for Crack in the Box. I would say that might not be the only contributor, but I would think that may have had a impact. My dog stepped on a bee. Hang on, do I still have that on the audio? I do, but it's not working. The audio file must have been gone. Oh, hang on, I should have that. Where's... 1 second. Stream assets, Amber Heard, court audio. There it is. So why is that not... I wonder if I can play that through...
My dog stepped on a bee.
Being a whore that fucked JD is a biggest achievement. Oh god, Matt. Oh. Dog stepped on a gum tree. Fedorovsky, how you doing? Dog tried to eat a wasp. He was not happy about it. Don't think she's attractive, but expensive makeup. She still looks average. Insurance company's probably off the hook if she opens her mouth again. I would expect so. I would say that would be the agreement that was came to. Yep. That dolphin gave me an STD. We could have so much fun with that audio. Oh shit, where did I get to? Okay. Depp's not publicly addressed the statement, which was reached less than a month after the lawyers for Heard officially signed the 68-page brief in the Court of Appeals of Virginia outlining the legal grounds for the claim for appeal. Don't care about any of that. The appeal brief continued that the court incorrectly overruled her argument that her statements were opinion and not necessarily capable of being defamatory. Not necessarily capable. Fucking hell. Claimed that the trial was severely prejudiced by the court's refusal to include the results of the similar defamation trial in the UK into evidence. How? How was that severely prejudiced? She was not a party to the case. She gave false evidence, in my opinion. I hate that I have to say that every fucking time. And Heard continued to point to that trial as evidence that she was unfairly treated in the US. Then fucking move to the UK and see how you're treated there. When I took before a judge in the UK, I was vindicated by a robust, impartial and fair system where I was protected from having to give the worst moments of my testimony in front of the world's media, where the court found that I was subject to domestic and sexual violence. Bullshit! It was a different charge. Yep. She lost the case. I said it in closing. The jury agreed. Press a brutal. She wouldn't like it there. We don't want to hear. Well, we don't want to hear either. So, I don't know. Is there anyone from Spain here that can take her? Read through that and the other thing. Settlement brings an end to a long-running saga since Heard's 2018 article in the Washington Post claimed she was a victim of domestic abuse. While she didn't name Depp specifically, the dramatic public trial over the summer found that he was a person she claimed abused her. The jury awarded Depp $10 million in compensatory damages plus 5 for punitive, capped at the limit of 10.35. She wasn't a party in the UK, so why would she give testimony? Exactly. She didn't have to provide, like, she didn't... There was a ruling that JD had to turn over most of his discovery that was going to be used in the US case. She didn't have to do squat because she wasn't a party to the case. That UK case was so fucked it's not funny. I'm not reading all of her statement. I don't want to give her the airtime. Oh, wait, no, that was the whole point, wasn't it? Where's the thing that she said, where she said... want to spend my time productively and purposely. For too many years, I've been caged in an arduous, expensive legal process, which has shown itself unable to protect me from free speech. Okay, where's the stuff where she said, dedicate my time to work that helped me heal after my divorce, work that exists in realms in which I feel seen, heard, and believed, in which I know I can affect change. I'm just saying she will be stupid if she's going to go into working in, like, family abuse and women's rights advocacy and all that sort of stuff. That's not going to end well. So, I don't know if maybe she's going to do some of the, can't believe I'm having to type this in, Amber Heard charity work, which I know is just an oxymoron, but anyway. Oh, fuck off. So, list of the stars. So, it lists her as supporting 12 charities. The Children's Hospital of Los Angeles is still listed on this. Like, seriously. So supposedly she supported the following charities: ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU of Southern California, the American Civil Liberties Union, Amnesty International, Born This Way Foundation, the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, GLAAD, Habitat for Humanity, Human Rights Campaign, the OHCHR, the Art of Elysium, the Trevor Project, and the United Nations Foundation. I don't fucking believe a word of that. She did bring change in that now men can be seen as victims too. Pledge to support or actually support financially? That's a damn good question. But anyway, I feel icky even just looking at that. So. But I'm just going to quickly whip through these, because this is what annoyed me about the... Oh, hang on. About the media coverage. Amber Heard settles a defamation case against Johnny Depp. Amber Heard breaks her silence following difficult Depp and Heard development. Like, seriously, that even now the media is trying to portray her as being the one in charge, and sure, she pledged allegiance to the US as well. Of course, it's still this rumor she promised the money. Yeah, but still, yeah, I don't care about that. Shit, I missed a few things. Send her to China in exchange for forgiving national debt. Trump could make it happen. Quite possibly. The Twitter file today is just begging for a class action. Is it? I haven't had a look. She felt so obliged to stand outside the court in the UK every day, posing for cameras, so important to the evidence of the trial. UK case is so corrupt when you look at how everyone was connected to everyone involved. It should be investigated. Yeah, but it won't be, because supposedly it was reviewed by a panel of 3 judges, which I don't even recall seeing that. But anyway. Being a victim of abuse, she didn't have a black eye, broken nose, no makeup covers that. Yeah, no. It does. Is it? Hey, Tish. My guess is there is a tell-all from her truth coming. Notice how she says the truth. She said her truth. She can't, Tish. She can't. The way that, based on the details of this settlement, the original defamation award is still hanging over her. They've basically only deferred payment, in regard, provided she doesn't actually do anything stupid and like engage in the same things again. He can still enforce it if she breaches those terms, from the sounds of it. We may never know what those terms are. We may never see it. But that seems to be the agreement that was reached between the insurance company and the lawyers. So, if she comes out and says, oh, I mean, what I feel she's done is she's tried to save face, saying, oh, this isn't a concession. I haven't been stopped from saying it. But if I do say it, there's going to be consequences. It's the same thing as what I was saying before. You have freedom of speech to say whatever the fuck you like. You don't have freedom from consequences of whatever you say. It's a different thing. Excuse me. Her truth, my truth, nowhere near the truth. Alright. Okay, let's go into some other news, shall we? Fears grow over Argentina fan who went topless as new footage emerges from the World Cup. Fears are growing over the Argentinian fan who was escorted from the Lusail Stadium by officials after she went topless to celebrate her side's victory in the World Cup final. The fan was spotted on TV stripping off to celebrate Argentina's dramatic win over France last night. However, still no more information has been released surrounding the incident. She was seen showing off her naked breasts, as you can see in the video above, which breaks strict laws in Qatar. The only way the woman could avoid jail is if a judge showed mercy and slapped her with a hefty fine. Her behaviour is prohibited in the Arab country. I hope Doug baits her into some stupid statements. Women travelling to the Arab nation are banned from wearing any tight clothing or flashing cleavage. Although non-Qatari women don't need to wear the abaya cloak, their tops must cover their midriff and shoulders, and skirts and dresses and trousers must cover the knees. And wags were advised to wear a scarf around their necks in a bid to cover up their busts. Fans were quick to take to social media to point out the topless woman risked arrest due to the nation's very strict conservative laws. One fan said, "I spotted her, very brave, she'll be arrested over there if she's not careful." A second added, "Caught it live on TV." A third commented, "I might be posting her boobs later," celebrating Messi and the Argentinian World Cup. The World Cup's hottest fan, former Miss Croatia Ivana Knoll, has previously flouted strict rules as well, appearing at the games in skimpy outfits. Bob's was covered. Yeah, I don't think they were covered. Yeah, no, that's... yeah, I don't know. Francesco Villi identified as Toronto gunman who killed 5 people. 5 people were killed when a gunman stormed into a board meeting in the northern city north of Toronto in Canada on Sunday and opened fire. The gunman was shot dead by police at the building in Vaughan, Ontario, after launching a violent rampage against members of the condo board, whom he apparently had a long-standing dispute with. What? Digger420 can't comment? I don't think I banned her. If I did, it would have been an accident. Unless maybe one of the mods got her. I have no idea. Hang on, I'll have a look. Need to go back to the channel community. Customization? No. Oh, wait, no, it's in settings and community. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything in the... The only hidden users are a whole bunch of sex bots. Oh, hang on, what's this? A Digger Nick? Did Digger420 change their name? I'll take that person out anyway, they shouldn't be in there. But anyway. Alright. Gunman was shot dead, apparently had a long-standing dispute with the condo board. The shooter has been identified by local media as a 73-year-old Francesco Villi. Horrendous scene, Chief James McSween of York Regional Police said. 6 deceased, one of them is a subject, the other 5 are victims. Villi posted a distraught video on his Facebook account just hours before the shooting and said people were working to destroy him. Guys, I didn't fucking ban Digger. If you're going to say free Digger, can you at least say free her from YouTube? Or free them from YouTube? Danny strikes again. It's weird. I mean, you're allowed to post, so where the hell are they? Makes no sense. During a noon briefing, the Provincial Special Investigations Unit confirmed the shooter had used a semi-automatic handgun in his terrifying attack. Oh, crap. I gotta go to loo. I should be right back, guys. Whew, damn it, sorry about that. There's something wrong with the ensuite, so I have to use the toilet on the other end of the house. What did I miss? Something about chat caring? Got really good grades in a really hard class. It's very validating, I want to tell you all. Fantastic, Matt. Congratulations. So you said you managed to get through your finals, and I'm assuming these are the grades. So hang on. Congratulations. We need a... Yep. That's awesome. Congratulations. Very happy for you. Should do a stream on Hey My, the Killdozer guy. The fuck just happened to my voice? We've looked at Killdozer before. I mean, I haven't done a specific stream on him, but yeah. Why not? Killdozer is bloody epic, yes. Okay. Where did we get to? In addition to the 5 dead, one other person was struck by gunfire and is recovering at hospital on Sunday night, the New York Post reported. The same condo board previously fired a restraining order against him over his allegedly threatening, abusive, intimidating, and harassing behavior. I'm curious as to exactly how intimidating a 73-year-old is. I mean, although he did walk in with a semi-automatic handgun. He'd made unsubstantiated allegations against the condo boards for many years, sharing in public social media posts and videos that he believed they were intentionally trying to harm him. Okay, but who said that they were unsubstantiated? There's always two sides to a story. What had they said and done? Or was he just batshit crazy? He also claimed in his lawsuit... Oh, hang on. I skipped over something there. What? He also claimed in his lawsuit an electrical room below his unit had not been constructed properly, and electromagnetic waves were being emitted from it, which had affected him, causing him pain since 2010. He also posted an image to Facebook where he claimed he had chronic obstructive lung disease, and he needed to be in an environment without dust or pollution. His most recent case against three condo board members and 3 others was dismissed by a judge in September as a frivolous and/or vexatious matter. Current condo board member Tony Cuttrone told The Star he joined the board in part because his elderly mother had been bullied by Villy in the past. Okay, never mind. Was badass in Gran Torino? That's true. Cuttrone, who owns the unit for his mother, said he tried and failed to contact several board members since Sunday. Messaged and tried to call them, they all didn't call back. He said, still shaken up by the horrific incident. He said he was working with police to find counselling for the residents like his mother, who were not targeted by the shooting but shaken up by it. Resident John Santoro, a member of the condo board for about a year, remembered Villy's erratic complaints spanning back at least 5 years. While speaking to reporters outside the building, he said he was not a monster, but he always said he thought he needed professional help. Commented to my wife several times that it was going to end badly. Well, there you go. It ended badly. Alright. Nope. Heavily pregnant mum and 3 sons missing from Sydney's southwest. A pregnant mum and her 3 children have been missing from Sydney's southwest since yesterday, and police are urging anyone who sees them to call the authorities. Elizabeth Harpley, 36, and her sons Matthew Harpley and Christopher Harpley, and Mitchell Devine Harpley, 5, were last seen in Koshigaya Park in Campbelltown. Oh, Campbelltown. About 2 p.m. yesterday, family and police have serious concerns for their welfare as the children live in conditions which require live with conditions that require medication, which they do not have with them. They may be travelling with a man, 49, who is known to the family, and may be travelling in a red Jeep with a Queensland registration, plate 061 VKM. Elizabeth is described as being a Caucasian of appearance, with medium-length brown hair, and heavily pregnant, last seen wearing jeans and a black shirt with a cardigan. Matthew is described as being of Caucasian appearance, with a slim build, short blonde curly hair, last seen wearing blue jeans and a dark green hooded jumper. I don't know why they're bothering with the descriptions when they've got photos. You know, just saying. They're known to frequent the areas of Campbelltown and Wollongong, as well as Pullen Vale in Queensland. Where are we? So I can close that, because we've already covered all the herd stuff, so I don't really give a shit about that. Close that. Close that. The annoying thing is, because I had to do some work before I jumped on here, I hadn't opened too many actual news articles. So if there's anything that you guys specifically want me to cover today, feel free to throw it in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to look at... Right, here we go. Elon Musk's Twitter poll ends with users voting for him to step down as head of the company. This might be one of the stupidest things he's done so far. More than half of the 17.5 million users who responded to the poll asked whether billionaire Elon Musk should step down as head of Twitter, voted yes when the poll closed. There was no immediate announcement from Twitter or Musk about whether that would happen, though he said he would abide by the results. Musk attended the World Cup final on Sunday and may be mid-flight on his way back to the US early Monday. What are you going on about? Margot Robbie. You want me to look up Margot Robbie? Don't know if she's doing anything, but she's hot, so. Talk about the trading card NFTs? Yeah, sure, why not? I haven't actually looked too much into them, so you can join me for a deep dive. Musk has clashed with some users on multiple fronts, and on Sunday he asked Twitter users to decide if he should stay in charge of the social media platform after acknowledging he made a mistake in launching new speech restrictions that banned mentions of rival social media websites. Here's the thing. People have been up in arms about this whole thing, about him saying, oh, I don't want people linking. I don't want people linking to other social media platforms. I don't want, all this sort of stuff. I read through those terms of services. That's no different to a restraint of trade. Like, I don't understand why people are up in arms about this. It's a private fucking company. If he doesn't want content on there, he doesn't have to. People can go on about free speech. That's fine. It's still a private fucking company. Why is he with the Crown Prince looking peeps? That's a damn good question. Probably because he was at the World Cup, so it was, private box sort of shit. Doesn't have to acknowledge the results. I'm sure there are more votes somewhere. They're all the stockholders. Alright. And yet another significant policy change, Twitter had announced that users would no longer be able to link Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, or other platforms the company described as prohibited. Who fucking who? People are so butthurt about Elon over nothing. And look, even if he considered it, even if he's admitted that it's a mistake, so fucking what? People make mistakes. Elon at the final match between Argentina and France. Yep. They're all Stockholm syndrome. But that decision generated so much immediate criticism, including from past defenders of the Twitter's new billionaire owner, that Musk promised not to make any more major policy changes without an online survey of users. It's not a bad idea. Paul doesn't say when, so he can remain for as long as he wants. He also never intended to stay Twitter CEO forever. That is true. He basically just wanted to go in and get it cleaned up and then move on to something else, I suppose. The action to block competitors from Musk was Musk's latest attempt to crack down on certain speech after he shut down a Twitter account last week for okay, this is some bullshit. This is not only speculation, it's outright bullshit. The account to block competitors, the action to block competitors was his latest attempt to crack down on certain speech. Tell me this, okay? As a law firm, would you expect my law firm's website to allow the promotion of competing law firm websites on my webpage? No. Let Trump take over, it would be such a good troll. Can't wait to see who he fills a spot with. So many heads are going to explode. It'll be interesting. No. Fuck no. Good. He got suckered into buying it. He didn't want to. It is a failing company, not profitable. He signed some things that he should not have and got forced into buying Twitter. You reckon? Anyway. The banned platforms include mainstream websites such as Facebook and Instagram, upstart rivals, Mastodon, Tribal, Nostr, Post, and former President Donald Trump's Truth Social. Twitter gave no explanation for why the blacklist included those 7 websites, but not others such as Parler, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Probably because they're not in the same fucking demographic, really. I mean, LinkedIn's for business professionals. TikTok is for posting videos. I got no idea what Parler is. And that's how much I care. I have no idea what the fuck Parler is. But things that are in direct competition with Twitter, I don't see that as an issue. The quartering save link tree. Twitter had said it would at least temporarily suspend accounts that included banned websites from their profile, a practice so widespread that it would have been difficult to enforce the restrictions on Twitter's millions of users around the world. Not only links, but attempts to bypass the ban by spelling out Instagram.com could have led to a suspension, the company said. A test case was the prominent venture capitalist Paul Graham, who in the past has praised Musk, but on Sunday told his 1.5 million Twitter followers that this was the last straw and to find him on Mastodon. His Twitter account was promptly suspended and soon after restored as Musk promised to reverse the policy implemented just hours earlier. Parler's dead? Okay. Musk said Twitter will still suspend some accounts according to the policy, but only when the account's primary purpose is the promotion of competitors. Which I see no issue with. If you're going onto Twitter purely to try and move people from Twitter to another platform, wherein it's going to cost Twitter money, or it's going to promote things that are beyond the capabilities of Twitter to moderate, and yet they could be found liable potentially, I don't have an issue with that. You want people to go to your Mastodon? Promote it on Mastodon. Same way that you get people on same way you get followers on Twitter. Do the hard work and build up your social media like you're supposed to. Am I missing out by not having traditional social media like Insta, Dick Clock, Twitter, and Faceit? Matthew, I can honestly say, since I started on YouTube and be using Twitter and that sort of thing, I reckon I've opened Facebook about twice in the last 6 months. I've never been on Instagram, and I occasionally use TikTok for research purposes and things like that, but that's really about it. You changed so you could give your own, but not a user just to send people to others without paying advertising fees. Yeah, which I don't think is unreasonable, frankly. If you're going to advertise another platform or another user on another platform, you should be paying the same way that people are doing ads. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of waiting for when he hits me, given that I've been advertising Rumble and YouTube, but they're not included in the banned list, so it'll be interesting to see. Anyway, Twitter previously took action to block links to Mastodon after its main Twitter account tweeted about the Elon jet controversy last week. Mastodon has grown rapidly in recent weeks as an alternative for Twitter users who are unhappy with Musk's overhaul of Twitter since he bought the company for $44 billion in late October and began restoring accounts that ran afoul of Twitter's previous leadership rules against hateful conduct and harms. He literally just told people acting like spam bots to fuck off. Exactly. He permanently banned @Elon Jet the @Elon Jet account on Wednesday, then changed Twitter's rules to prohibit the sharing of people's current location without their consent. I don't see an issue with it. What's that? Can I get a cheers for surviving Monday with my sanity, although I was by myself and didn't leave home, so it was pretty easy. Well, yes. Honestly, guys, ladies, congratulations for making it through another year, and congratulations for making it through another day. And in case you need to hear this, tomorrow is another day. Nothing that results from your work today, unless you work in medicine or some shit like that, nothing really matters because no one's going to die as a result of your actions. Okay? Do not put pressure on yourself. Do not stress. Tomorrow is another day if you're having a bad day. If you're having a great day, then fabulous. And congratulations and well done. But in case you need to hear it, you are not a piece of shit. Tomorrow is another day. You'll be right. Okay? Okay. He then took aim at journalists who were writing about the jet tracking account, which can still be found on other social media sites, alleging that they were broadcasting basically assassination coordinates. He used that to justify Twitter's moves last week to suspend the accounts of numerous journalists who covered the social media platform and Musk, among them reporters working for the New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, Voice of America, and other publications. Many of those accounts were restored following an online poll by Musk. Then over the weekend, the Washington Post's Taylor Lorenz became the latest journalist to be temporarily banned. She said she was suspended after posting a message on Twitter tagging Musk and requesting an interview. Sally Busby... People will die if I mess up at work, Hayden. Then don't fucking mess up. And more to the point, you're the CEO. Don't you have people working on it to make sure that you don't fuck up? You're not supposed to be the smartest person in the room. Elon Musk has been actively targeting Cheese Pizza on Twitter. Unlike previous owners of staff, he's all good in my book. Yeah, well. Anyone else see this anime Assassination Classroom? I watched the first season. I've sort of never really went back. I mean, it's something that I should probably finish watching, but yes. The Washington Post executive editor called it an arbitrary suspension of another Post journalist that further undermined Musk's promise to return Twitter as a platform dedicated to free speech. Again, the suspension occurs with no warning or process or explanation, this time as our reporter merely sought comment from Musk for a story. I call bullshit. I reckon there's something going on in the background. Not big on death game anime personally. I don't know, he's like a mutant alien thing that they've got to kill so that the world doesn't explode. It's a bit of fun. But anyway. Musk's promise to let users decide his future role at Twitter through an unscientific online survey appeared to come out of nowhere on Sunday, though he had also promised in November that a reorganization was happening soon. He was questioned in court on November 16 about how he splits his time amongst Tesla and other companies, including SpaceX and Twitter. Musk had to testify in Delaware's Court of Chancery over a shareholder's challenge to Musk's potentially $55 billion compensation plan as CEO of the electric car company. And didn't I see someone, like, bitching and moaning this morning, actually? Actually, where's my phone? Oh, not again. Damn it. 2 minutes. Fuck. Sorry, guys. Hang on, where was it? I saw it on here somewhere. Where's the... Someone was bitching and moaning because they said that he wasn't spending enough time looking after Tesla and that they were going to bring him up to court or some shit like that. I can't remember who it was. But it was someone that was complaining about it and... Wait, what was that? Michigan Space Technologies is better than SpaceX at small sat launches to low Earth orbit. Really? Congratulations. That's pretty awesome. Literally have a reminder set for my birthday saying, well, you made it another year, created it when alone, really depressed and getting clean. Well, congratulations, and here's to hearing that alarm go off for many more years. Anyway, at the end of the day, I think if someone isn't complaining, is he really doing his job? It's a damn good question, and no, I don't think so. If someone's not bitching and moaning that someone's not spending enough time on them, it just means that they don't realise that, you know, there are so... Speaking personally as someone that runs a business and a law firm and whatever else you want to call it, for the first 2 years... I was the main lawyer, I was the accountant, I was the receptionist, I was the trust accounting coordinator, I was literally doing 6 or 7 different jobs, all wrapped into one. It's literally Like, if you have time to micromanage and deal with one single person every time they pick up the phone, you're not doing your job. Good reminder of being 6 years sober and being happy with who I am. Congratulations. 6 years. That's amazing. Did I change outfits for each role? No. Nope. No fucking way. That'd take up way too much time. What the fuck? What the fuck is Eve Barlow doing now? Oh shit. Where was that? RIP to all the professional lawyers on YouTube. What? The fuck? And only people who follow her or she's mentioned can reply, so I'm not going to bother. Yeah, okay. Hi. Surprisingly wholesome show considering they're trained to be assassins. Have a 9 to 5 plus starting my own business in an unrelated field. It is tough. I thought studying and working full time was hard. Oh no, and Shaz, there will be many, many sleepless nights. If I can give you one piece of advice, there's a book or audio book called The E-Myth. Don't take everything out of that, but there's some really good tips in there, basically. And if you ever need any, if you ever need a sounding board or anything, just DM me. He just changes hats. Yeah, pretty much. Alright. Covered that. Musk said he never intended to be CEO of Tesla and that he didn't want to be chief executive of any other companies either, preferring to see himself as an engineer instead. Musk also said he expected an organizational restructuring of Twitter to be completed in the next week or so. It's been more than a month since he said that. In public banter with Twitter followers on Sunday, he expressed pessimism about the prospects for a new CEO, saying that people must like pain a lot to run a company that has been in the fast lane to bankruptcy. No one wants the job who can actually keep Twitter alive. There is no successor, he tweeted. Damn. What was the book? Read Profit First, which was good. Okay. The book's called, what is it? I think the most recent copy that I got is The E-Myth Revisited, Michael E. Gerber. It's been like one of the mainstays of business and startup reading for like a decade or something. But the idea is that you treat your business as a franchise. So you automate as much as you can. You basically make it so that if you were to go tomorrow and sell it or open another franchise or whatever, another office, everything would be already set up so that you have no issues with you just make life easier for yourself, basically. And the client or the customer has the same repetitive experience so that they know what to expect. You provide quality with as little energy and effort as possible. It's a good read. Like reading different types of books about businesses. Well, there you go. Covered that. That's all the Amber Heard stuff. Channel 10 takes firm stance on ongoing Australia Day debate, and they wonder why people aren't watching TV anymore. Channel 10 bosses have taken a firm stance on the ongoing Australia Day debate by announcing that January 26 will no longer be referred to as Australia Day at the company. Co-leads of Paramount Australia and New Zealand, Beverly McGarvey and Jared Villani, clarified their position on the matter in an all-staff email last week, according to The Australian, permitting staff to treat the day as any other by working if they wish. It comes after years of large-scale protests calling to change the date. McGarvey and Villain's email read, at Paramount ANZ, we aim to create a safe workplace where cultural differences are appreciated, understood, and respected. Really? What about the people that want to be patriotic and enjoy their Australia Day holiday? For our First Nations people, we as an organisation acknowledge that January 26 is not a day of celebration. That's fine, but it is for many others. We recognise that there has been a turbulent history, particularly around the date and recognition of the date being Australia Day. They said that the staff could choose to work through the national holiday if they didn't feel comfortable taking the day off. We recognise that January 26 evokes different emotions for our employees across the business, and we are receptive to employees who do not feel comfortable taking this day as a public holiday. Whether you choose to work on January 26 or take the public holiday, we ask you to reflect and respect different perspectives and viewpoints of all Australians, the memo concluded. Controversy has surrounded the celebration of Australia Day in recent years, with various councils around the country scrapping the celebrations. In September, a survey conducted by the City of Melbourne found that more than 1,600 residents found nearly 60% of them wanted to see Australia Day changed to a different date. Just 31% of respondents were happy with celebrating Australia Day on January 26, the same day that Sir Arthur Phillip arrived in Sydney Cove in 1788. The day signifies the beginning of the British colony in Australia, but is seen as a day of mourning of Aboriginal Torres Strait Island people who refer to January 26 as Invasion Day. Watch nobody turn up because all these fucks don't care enough to give up a free day of work. More to the point, tell me this. Is it a paid day off? Generally, yes. Yes, it's a national public holiday. Okay, so tell me this. How is any day that we celebrate as a National Day of Australia not going to piss off the First Nations people? If we pick another arbitrary day, it's still going to represent what they hate about it. How is that going to be any different? If we were to say change it to January 1st, which would suck, if we changed it to January 1st and we used the day that Australia was federated, in 1st of January 1901, how is that going to make a difference? It's still the day the country that they don't like was founded and federated. Any day that we pick to celebrate European cultural Australia is going to piss them off. So why move it? I only got invaded once, amateurs. We've been invaded loads of times. The survey of Melbourne residents found 59.9% want the day moved in the next 10 years. What suburbs did they give the survey to? $10 says it was some of the woke ones. Just saying. Spokesperson for the city said the council consulted with 5 traditional owner organisations that make up the Eastern Kulin, all of which unanimously support changing the date from January 26. If endorsed, council will continue to issue permits for events delivered by the state government and other organisations on Australia Day while supporting activities that acknowledge First Nations perspectives of January 26. That's fine. That's no issue. But here's the thing, and it's the same thing that I said the other day about the citizenship ceremonies. If people come here and they want to join Australia and if they want to be patriotic about the country that they have joined, a local council should not be allowed to deny them that on Australia Day. The whole thing about the council saying, no, we are not going to do citizenship ceremonies on January 26 because we believe it's disrespectful to First Nations and to everybody else. Like, that gives me the shits. If I want to do something, I shouldn't be prevented by it because of someone else's beliefs. They can have their own beliefs. They can have their own thoughts on things. That should not stop me from firing up the barbecue and celebrating a public holiday. Your feelings are not my responsibility. And yes, thank you to whoever in chat put that. I'm taking that on board and I'm running with it. Also want to see what the questions were on the survey as well as the answers. Yep. This, guys, to put it in another way, this is literally what would happen if the Native Americans said, no, you're not allowed to celebrate Thanksgiving anymore. Like, that's the easiest analogy that I can give. There's very few Amish people here. Don't give him any ideas. In a motion that went before council in July, Lord Mayor Sally Capp called January 26 divisive and that there was growing sentiment amongst Australians for change. The City of Melbourne would join Yarra Council in Melbourne's East and Darebin councils in Melbourne's North in scrapping January 26 celebrations. Alright, moving on. A man has been charged with murder after a woman has died in a New South Wales unit. Man's been charged with murder. Yep. Emergency services were called to a residential complex at Albion Park Rail near Lake Illawarra just after 11 p.m. on Sunday after concerns were raised about a woman's welfare. A 37-year-old woman with critical injuries was found at a location by police officers. The victim died at the scene despite efforts from police and New South Wales ambulance paramedics to save her. The 28-year-old man was arrested at the property a short time later after an investigation by Strike Force Illawambra. He was taken to Lake Illawarra Police Station and charged with murder. The man was refused bail and will appear in Wollongong local court later today. Alright. Guys, it's Tuesday. I have to get on the road to get to my regional office, so I've probably overstayed my welcome as it is. I want to say thank you to everyone that has joined me. I'm going to do Laws of the Land and probably then get the hell out of here. Today's technically my last real day when I'm working in the office, so I should be able to spend a few more hours entertaining you guys from tomorrow onwards, which would be nice. Alrighty. I can see people steadily saying that they're pissing off. I mean, I knew that Laws of the Land wasn't the most entertaining of things, but come on, guys. Alright, today's number is 89. Alright, so we're going to need an up or a down. We're going down to 88 or up to 90. Let's have a double check, make sure it's not one that we've already read. Yep, no, I don't believe so. What do we got? Oh, what am I doing? Poll. Dumbass. Alright, there we go. That changed. Be careful on the road. Absolutely. Absolutely. Streaming at 7. Okay, so... You know what? You pair will have to flick a coin, okay? I will say that both Flux and Mighty Meat will be streaming at some point, probably in the next... Actually, Mighty Meat, when are you guys streaming? Either way, Flux is streaming at 7. And don't forget to go and support... Valhalla Awaits as well. Alright, so we got 80%. I'm ending the poll now on 20 votes. We're going up. So we're heading to... Meets at 8:30. Okay, there you go. So head over to Flux. Enjoy. Flux, you do an hour, don't you? And then about a half hour later, you'll be able to go and enjoy some of Mighty Meat's stuff covering Twitter drops and crap like that. So we're heading back to 1751 with William Hogarth, 1697 to 1764, with the Gin Act. Gin is the anglicised shortened form of Geneva, the Dutch word for the juniper berry and the spirit's principal flavouring agent. The clear liquid came to London in the late 1600s in the packs of English soldiers returning from war on the continent. It became an immediate hit, and exports from Holland approached 10 million gallons by the 1680s. Then in 1689, England banned the importation of all spirits to encourage their production at home. Incentives for domestic distillers made gin cheap and plentiful, transforming the drinking habits of the kingdom. Gin replaced beer and ale, becoming the most accessible of a few available social pleasures, and the working classes took to it with a gusto. By the 1720s, gin was taking its toll. London witnessed increasing crime, higher death rates, and lower birth rates. Parliament tried unsuccessfully to address the problem with the Gin Acts of 1729, 1733, and 1747, imposing taxes and licensing fees on dram shops that sold it. Industry pressure and riotous protests from the drinking poor led to the repeal each time, followed by even more prodigious drinking throughout the city. English engraver William Hogarth famously captured the turmoil in his Gin Lane lithograph, which included a sign above the gin cellar that read, "Drink for a penny, dead drunk for 2 pence. Clean straw for nothing." By 1750, London faced a true epidemic. Parliament's response, the Gin Act of 1751. It achieved the success where the previous efforts hadn't. In addition to taxes and fees, distillers no longer could sell at the retail level and could only supply licensed buyers, thus eliminating virtually all the small dram shops. For the first time, the law also imposed severe penalties for non-compliance, including whipping, imprisonment, and even deportation. The result was remarkable. By only one estimate, national gin consumption decreased from 8 million gallons in the early 1750s to fewer than 2 million gallons by 1760. Historian M. Dorothy George called the 1751 Act a turning point in the social history of London. Others have disputed whether the Act alone diminished idleness, crime, and social unrest, but the Act stands as one of the few successful instances of legislation prohibiting alcohol to curb civil strife. Prohibition doesn't work, people. We know this. Regulate, don't prohibit. Yep, all good. Hope everyone's enjoyed, as always. As always, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this show. Hopefully, it's been a little bit educational, been a little bit fun. As always, I'm just going to say it. Go out there, make the world a slightly better place if you can. If you can bring yourself to, be a little bit altruistic. Be very much appreciated. As always, I'm Aussie Overlaw'd. Stay healthy, wealthy, and wise, and I will catch you on the flip side. Cheers, guys. Oh, shit!